have heard of the church at Rattlesnake. I see we got a bunch of people that's familiar with it. All right, let me tell you what happened to us. We thought we'd sung everywhere there was to sing. We had a chance one time to sing in Carnegie Hall. We've sung in almost every country peaceful to our country around the world. And in almost every kind of church you can imagine. In every kind of auditorium, and if nothing else, I thought we'd seen about all the crowd. And here not too long ago, we sung in a church up above, well, I won't say up above where, because then I'll start pinpointing the church and get myself a little bit of dust. But up in the mountains of Kentucky, we sung in a church unlike anything that I have ever seen in my life. This church had been writing us to come there and sing. And our agency told us when you get in 100 miles of there, go and sing, and we did. We pulled up in front of this church, and it was an old church. It was over 100 years old. Why, it had never even been painted. It had 3 drop lights inside. We had to run drop cords half a mile to get our amps to plug up. When we pulled up in the yard, I told the children here, we're going to have ourselves a time tonight. I just knew that old church was going to be full of the Spirit, and it was, honey. It was. We went in there, and after we sung about 3 songs, they were shouting all over that church. I've never seen so many people in one church shout. And in a little while, they shouted themselves right around in back of us. 3 ladies and 2 men. When we were hooking up, we saw some curtains or something laying over some boxes or something back there. We didn't pay any attention to it. Didn't know what it was in there and didn't care. But in a little while, they came out around us with 5 of the biggest rattlesnakes I have ever laid my eyes on. I like to die. When the services was over, they told us that the biggest rattlesnakes they had in that service was 5 feet long. Honey, the one they brought out for me was 20. And knocking these people. I promise you, I'm not knocking. I don't know if they're right or wrong. You know, they claim that they read in the Bible where Moses had enough faith to take up the service. And some members of their congregation claim to have that much faith. And I'll tell you one thing I found out before I left there. They had a whole lot more faith than what I had. Now, this one woman stopped about 2 feet from where I was trying to pick and sing. I didn't even know what key I was in. She took that rattlesnake with a head as big as your fist and held it up and stuck it right down in her face and shouted in its ear, if a rattlesnake's got it. She wrapped that thing around her neck. She threw it down on the floor, kicked off her shoes, and put her bare foot on top of its head. When she threw that thing down on the floor, its tail missed my foot about that far. I done a little shouting myself. And she thought I was in the Spirit. And brought me one of them. But I saw right away that we had a house full of people and we didn't have the 5 rattlesnakes. And I want you folks to know one thing. There ain't a greedy bone in my body. I told them to give mine to Geraldine. Now, I'm scared of rattlesnakes, and these girls are scared of tater bugs. It hadn't even dawned on me that they were in the world. And all at once I thought of them, and we had already backed up as far as we could back. And I looked around at Sally, and she was the color of cotton. And I knew she was about 17 seconds from hitting the floor. She looked over at me and said, "What in the world are we gonna do?" And I said, "Just take it easy. Don't panic." I said, "Just look around and find out where the back door is." And she said, "I already looked and there ain't none." And I said, "Reckon where do they want one?" As I went out the door, I told them where they could send my guitars now. Now, if you ever get a chance to go to church where they take up the serpent, I want you to go. Sit on the back row, but go. I stood around and I mixed and mingled with these people after service was over. I just couldn't leave. Man, I wanted to talk to these people. I wanted to hear more about them. I'm interested in anybody that's got that kind of faith or whatever it is it takes to pick up one of them. I mean, a frog, I can see. I was talking to the preacher back in the back of the church, and he said, I hope you don't disapprove. And I said, there ain't no way I can knock it. I said, there ain't no way I can pick that thing up. I've seen them now, and I couldn't touch one of them. This lady walked up to me, and she said, Brother Ryan, you mean to tell me if the Lord commanded you to take up the serpent, you wouldn't take him up? And I said, yes, ma'am, I surely would. But he didn't, and I
Eddie, no winners. I'm going to say this, son. Oh, my gosh, no, that's my gosh, there's the nab. Oh, man, there's the nab.
Es me in the before we all sit.
don't stuff in the car.
What is that?
More seconds to I
boys to die for.